Make sure somewhere in the chicken scratch I scribble and doodle.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Willie Jump Sauce, and I am back with another video for you guys. So today, actually, I gotta apologize. You guys can hear this dude has been outside for like the last 45 hours straight, like mowing his lawn and trimming the hedges. I really don't know what he's doing. It's not that big of a yard. I don't know what he's doing, but he's really been putting in work for a super long time. So I apologize if you can hear that. Anyways, this video was actually supposed to be released yesterday. For some reason, actually, me recording this, I don't even know if you guys are going to see this because Sony Vegas has been crashing on me like no other. Like 4 different times I've tried to render a different project that actually had my webcam in it and everything like that. It keeps on crashing. I really don't know what's going on, so I'm hoping that this works. If not, I'm probably just going to go ahead and off myself, and I'm just not going to know what to do. But basically, I got a topic to talk about in this video, and that is comparing old school to RS3, getting drops, like getting really rare drops, as far as like God Wars is concerned, just things of that nature, something that is worth a lot when you get it from a monster or a boss and you're like, oh my god, like I just made some bank. So for me, I think I can do a pretty solid job with this video due to the fact that I played both RS3 and I played old school. So right away, we gotta throw out like the obvious. The obvious is there's different bosses in each game, right? And the economy is different for different reasons. On RS3, you have abilities, and well, I mean, you have abilities and you have the ability to basically run through bosses such as God Wars 1 and even God Wars 2 bosses fairly quickly in about a, you know, anywhere between like 15 to, you know, I don't really know exact times for God Wars 2 bosses, but for God Wars 1, you know, anywhere between like 10 to you know, a minute, 10-second to a minute kills, really. I mean, it depends what level you are. Like max combat bandos kills are like 7 seconds or something stupid like that. So the amount that you're able to kill these monsters at and these bosses at obviously is going to affect the price of the item, because the faster you can kill something, the more chance you have per a time value to get that drop. So there's gonna be more in the game over time. You get that? I'm sure a lot of you guys know that, but if you didn't, that you have it. So for me, on old school recently, me and my buddy Kevin have been going to bandos and DKs. That has been like our 2 things. Now, actually, he recommended kind of a funny series. Everybody does like a road 2 series, like where they want to get an item or a certain amount of money. For him and I, we have really garbage trips. Like really bad trips, like go to bandos, get a rune spear and some coal kind of trips. So we were like memeing around thinking about doing a series of like raw uncut trips to whatever boss we go to, and it's just like road to 0 GP or something like that, because we literally make nothing from these trips. It's actually terrible. But being at bandos and being at DKs more specifically, because we actually got a few drops here, like warrior rings and I think a seer's ring is what we got here, and they aren't really worth anything, and I don't think they're worth too much on RS3 either. But something like the berserker ring, which was like the holy grail to get here back in the day, and the archer's ring is actually, I think that might be worth a little bit more than the berserker ring. Those are both like the top things to get here at DKs, which kind of blows my mind away. The berserker ring not so much, but the archer ring, that just seemed weird to me. And then you look at things like the mud battle staff and especially the dragon axe. The dragon axe used to be like that top drop to get. Like if you could get a Zerker ring and a dragon axe, excuse me, then you were pretty solid, because they were like 2 mil or something at the time, or even like 1.6 mil, 1.2 mil. They were always a good solid drop to get. Nowadays, and I think they actually might be a little bit more expensive on RS3. Dragon axes are worth nothing on old school, which just, I don't know, it just kind of blows me away. It has me thinking a little bit, and I said this in the recording that didn't get uploaded. Why is it that the dragon axe is so cheap? Am I not understanding? Like I'm not getting why it's so cheap. Like I thought that was the end game axe, unless there's something else and I'm just really not thinking about it. I'm not really sure. But then we can take the God Wars 1, right? With bandos and armor and everything like that. As far as bandos is concerned, chest plates like 12 or 13 mil or something like that on old school, and the tassets are like 22 plus mil, things of that nature. And then you go on old school, and then you go on RS3, and a chest plate's maybe like 3 mil, tassets like 3 mil, and that's because of how the game is. God Wars 1 on RS3 is not as relevant as just, you know, God Wars on Old School. Now there are different bosses and there's higher level bosses, such as on Old School you have raids, which, wowzers, if you get a good drop there, you are rolling in the money. There's like the ancestral stuff and the what is it, the prayer codex that's raids on RS3. I'm not sure if it works the same with Old School. Like twisted bow, like that is crazy amounts of money. Now on RS3, something like that would be like, I guess, really, what would it be? I guess it was seismics from Virago. Now it's like Telos, pretty much. The orbs at Telos, because that's really expensive. So they both have different tiers and everything, but if you go to Telos and you get an orb drop or whatever, and they're like, I don't know if there's I think the set is maybe like 1 bill or something along those lines, but then you're on Old School and you get a twisted bow that's like 1 bill plus, you know, I'd rather have the twisted bow. So I think, as far as the value for me, the reaction wise, I still get excited no matter what. If I get a drop on Old School, I get excited. If I get a drop on RS3, I get excited. But as a monetary kind of look at things, I am much more happier to get a drop on Old School than I am RS3. But nonetheless, I still enjoy both. And yeah, that was really the topic for the video. So if you guys have any suggestions as far as another topic you guys would like me to cover and talk about in another video, leave it in a comment. If I like it, I will screenshot it, put your name and your comment on the screen of that video, and then we'll do it. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I love you. Take it easy. Peace.